Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. So today we will be solving the problem validate a BST. That means you'll be given a binary tree and you have to tell me if that is a binary search tree or not. Now what is a binary search tree? You'll be knowing the definition. If this is a node, then everything to the left of it, yes, everything to the left of it should be smaller than this particular node, and everything to the right of it should be greater than that particular node. That is what a binary search tree is all about. Now a common question is, if you are given a binary tree, how do you make sure that that is a valid BST or not? Okay, so for an example, if I take this particular binary tree, I will say that this is not a BST. Why? Because if you carefully observe, this 5 has a 4 on its right and 4 is lesser than 5. Logically, everything to the right of 5 should have been greater than 5, but that's not the case here. Hence, I can say that this is not a particular binary search tree, but it's a binary tree. Now the question arises, how do you make sure? Because there's a lot of cases that you have to consider. Now you cannot just say, okay, I have a 5, so 1 that's on to the left of 5 is smaller, 6 that is on to the right of 5, so it's greater, so it's okay. Then there is 4 which is on to the left of 6, hence okay, and then there is 8 which is on the right of 6, hence okay. You can't see that, right? Because for this 4 to be valid, it has to be lesser than 6 and at the same time greater than 5. So this is where the intuition comes in. For this 4 to be a valid node, it has to be lesser than 6 and greater than 5. So I can think, if I can provide the range to a particular node, that hey, listen, this is your range, you can only lie between in this case 5 and 6. If I can give that node that particular range, and then that node can decide, okay, if I'm lying in that range or not, I think we will be able to solve this problem, right? So that is the intuition that we will follow. For every node, we will give them a range which is a lower range and a higher range, that hey, node, you have to be between this range. So in order to understand this algorithm better, let's do a dry run in the upcoming example that I have already drawn. Now a quick question to all of you. Now when you're starting off, what is the initial range? Now you don't know the range. Assume that your elements are between int max and int mean. So I will say, okay, minus int mean to int max is where all the elements can be to start off with. So I can say 13. Yes, 13 lies in this range. 13 is greater than minus int mean and is lesser than int max. So this node is a valid node. Now I will go to the left and I will go to the right, and both of these should return me a true. Like both of these should be a valid. The left should be a valid, the right should be a valid. Now tell me what will be the left range. That's very simple. Can I say everything to the left should be smaller than 13, right? So what I'll write is minus int mean to 13 should be where the left range should be, and on the right everything should be greater than 13, correct? So my range will be 13 to int max. Now you know, whenever you call a recursion, first the left recursion tends to happen, then the right recursion tends to happen. Basic recursion, right? So let's perform the left recursion at first and then perform the right recursion. Okay, so let's perform the left recursion. So can I say this 10 is lying in this range? 10 is greater than minus int mean and lesser than 13. Indeed it is. So I can say this is possible. Now we will go to the left and then to the right. So if I go to the left, can I say everything should be lesser than 10? So I will be like, okay, it will be from minus int mean to 10. And if I go to the right, it will be everything should be greater than 10. So 10 to 13. So I'm maintaining a range, correct? Now the moment I come here, is 7 lying in this particular range? indeed it is. So that's correct. This node is also correct. Now the moment I come to 9, I'll be like, everything should be greater than 7. So 7 to 10 is where the range should be. And again 10 is satisfying. So it will go to the left and it will say, okay, hey listen, everything should be smaller than 9. Everything should be smaller than 9. So 7 comma 9. Again 8 is satisfying. 8 does not have a left, does not have a right. So this guy will return a true. Again this guy called this guy. So this will also return a true. 7 called right. So this will return a true. Now it's time. 12 is also valid. So this will return a true. So ultimately, when I call left, right, left, right, left, right, everyone returned a true. So I got this, that the left part is a valid, like it's validated. Okay, so we have as of now checked the left part. Now it's time to check the right part. The 15 is lying in this range, correct? So we will go to the left. Whenever I go to the left, everything should be lesser than 15. So 13 comma 15 will become my range. And again 14 satisfies. There's no left, no right, so it will return a true. This, whenever I go right, this should be greater than 15. So 15 to int max, again satisfies. Whenever goes to the right, 15 to 17, again satisfies. No left, no right, returns a true, returns a true. So true and true returns a true. So from both the sides, I get a true. Thereby this says, hey, I am a valid BST. Now just in case, just to make understanding better, what if there would have been something like, okay, it's greater and you have like 14 over here. So what would have happened was, whenever you would have come over here, you would have find 14, and that's not in the range 10 to 13, because it has to be greater than 10, since this 14 is lying on the right, but at the same time it has to be lesser than 13 because it is a part of the left guy. So if you maintain a range, then you can easily distinguish if it's following both the properties, like it should be greater than 10 as well as from the like top portion, whatever property it is saying, like lesser than 13 should also be followed. So if you follow this method of carrying a range, you can easily check for a validation of BST, and that's not a big task. If you perform any traversal, it will take you a time complexity of bgo of n, and if you space complexity will be auxiliary stack space. Apart from that, I don't think there will be any extra space that you will be using. So this will be my time complexity and space complexity for this particular solution. Now it's time to check out the code. So by the way, the C++ and the Java solution are almost identical. The only difference is, instead like you write normal root in in Java, and in C++ you'll be like writing it as a star of root. So that's the only difference. Apart from that, everything else in the code is similar. So what I've done is I'll be explaining the Java code where you're given the root. So you're given the root, and I say long min and long max instead of int min and int max due to the constraints in this problem. And then I've called this is valid BST. Now whenever I reach a null position, like I am going and there is nothing on the left, nothing on the right, just in case, I say it's valid. And I'll be passing a range min val and max val. That's the minimal, that's the maximal. It should be inside that range. And then what I do is, if the root val is lying outside the range by any means greater than equal to, then I'll say false. This node is not a part of validate BST. Or else I'll go to the left and I'll say that this is my new range, min val, and everything should be lesser than the current roots guy. So root val, and I'll go to the right and I'll say everything should be greater than this guy because I'm going to the right. So everything should be greater than. So this should be the left boundary. And whatever the left call and the right call gives me, and of that, if both are true, then it's okay. If any of them is false, then it's not a valid BST. This is how I can check if it's a valid BST or not. So guys, I hope you have understood the entire explanation and the entire code. Just in case you did, please make sure you like this video. And if you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing. And here with this, I'll be wrapping up this video. Let's meet in the next one. Bye bye, take care.